right, so you feel jealous, you feel you want to be a German, but these guys really worked hard for this moment. And there's no shortcut to success. Do know that. I think that's the lesson we should learn, guys. No shortcut to success. These guys have been on it for a long time. They've been at every semi-final since 2002. And so something was going to give one day for them. European Championship, World Cup finals, they are always in the semi-finals. And when you are in that circle, you surely make it one day. And that is what has happened for the Germans.
Yeah, that's what has happened to the Germans. For me, this is a work that they have been working since 2005. After that disastrous Euro 2004 that they went for during Rudi Völlers' time, they had to bring a younger Klinsmann, Joachim Löw as well. Got to the semi-finals of Germany 2006. Got to the finals of the European 2008, which they lost to Spain. Got to the semi-finals of the World Cup in South Africa. Got to the semi-finals of the
European Championship. Lost to Italy.
Exactly, lost to Italy, and they got to the finals this time around, and they did it in grand style. So for me, it has to do with planning. It has to do with the fact that they knew what they wanted. They changed their football philosophy. They brought in the young, the young boys. Let me call them boys. Young boys that
young giants
that right from the under 17 time they have been good. I remember 2007, South Korea 2007, under 17 World Cup.
We beat them in the semi-finals.
You beat them in the semi-finals. You had the likes of Toni Kroos in that team. Now Toni Kroos is a World Cup winner. You've got many other players like that that came from the under 17, the under 20, and they are in this team right now. So it has to do with so much planning. So they have every right to celebrate. Of course, many of us are celebrating with them as well. They can celebrate for as long as they would go. I was reading somewhere that the German government had to reduce the working so that people would celebrate with these heroes. This is the first time that Germany will be winning the World Cup as a united nation. The three previous
time, united Germany.
Yes, as a united Germany. So the three previous time has been a part of Germany winning it. So right now, everybody can celebrate. So let them celebrate. It's their time, and they can do it for as long as they want.
I can't but comment on this tweet that just is catching my attention from our good friend Ari Uwala, and he's asking, did you notice the frequency of the number 4 in the triumph of Germany, 1954, 1974, 2004, 2014? And this is the 4th time they win the World Cup. So the number 4 must be really significant for the Germans, Nodi.
When, like people say, there are some people who are good students of history, they don't keep record. The German kept that record. They were able to say, yes, we won 1954, 1974, 1990, and 2014. The way they did it in grand style. Looking at Germany, you fought a team where if you lose any game, you keep improving. We saw a coach who was assistant to Jürgen Klinsmann in 2006, moved on to 2010, 2014, almost 8 years, close to 8 years. At least within the coaching structure. Exactly. Within the coaching structure. I don't think for some of us here, when you say there are no shortcut to success in Africa, especially in Nigeria, that should be a course on its own. A course on its own. Just name it. No, there's no shortcut to success. Because we keep saying the same thing, but come to think of it, the coach that took the Ivorian to the World Cup has gone. The one that took the Algerian has left for Turkey. Nigerians, it's only Ghana that said, even Ghana, at the end of the day, they don't do well in subsequent competition, they will ask him to leave. So, and that's the problem with there's
no continuity here. There's no, this is it. There is no plan. Maybe if our African countries, if we have this sort of football philosophy, what is our football philosophy? How do we want to play football? And you plan along like that. Germany had that. They won Euro 96. They won it, but they used the old guys. They got to the quarterfinals of France 98, and they were disgraced by Croatia. They got to Euro 2000, and they didn't even go anywhere. In 2002, Rudi Völler brought in some people he could work with, and they got to the finals. And Rudi Völler was thinking, okay, let me still use these veterans. And in 2004, they failed woefully. And the German FA had to sit down, okay, let's change our football philosophy. What do we want to do? And they went from the grassroots. They went to the grassroots. And if you can see that all these changes has really reflected in the way the league is even going.
And I want to add, as we wrap up this discussion and go on to something else, that they worked hand in hand with the club structure, club football structure in Germany. And I think the food for thought for us in Nigeria is this: when your league is strong, it is easy to plan your football, because the football association or the football federation, as we have in Nigeria, can work with a strong league to expose players, to have feeder teams, and then you can plan and work out a philosophy that will yield results. So there's food for thought for us if we really want to grow this game in Nigeria. But it wasn't all positive. Blatter said that he will score Brazil well over 9, 9 over 10, well over 9 over 10 for the World Cup. But there was a little point that he talked about, the issue of the hospitality tickets and the fraud around it. Let's listen to Blatter talk about it, and then we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
But what you cannot say is that FIFA is not fighting permanently against this business. We are against this business at 1000%, and will be always fighting. And again, there were cases in South Africa, there were people arrested, and there were people arrested here. I mean, it went to the press even before it came to us, the story in Rio, but that's another question. But again, we never say that to any authorities that we will not support their action and investigation, and we always bring them and give them all of our support, because again, as the CEO of FIFA or Secretary General of FIFA, I can say there was not a single ticket which came out of FIFA ticketing at a price which was above the face value of the tickets.
Right, so, well, that was Jerome Valk, the Secretary General of FIFA, speaking about that issue that was a sore point during the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. Some tickets for hospitality suites went to wrong hands and were selling for almost double the face value, and that created some problems for FIFA. All right, let's come home now and face our own issues. Well, let me just start by telling you that the Chairman, National Sports Commission, also the Minister of Sports in Nigeria, Dr. Tam Danagogo, issued a press statement. And it says, let me just read a bit of it before we go on to talk about some other issues around the FIFA ban in Nigeria. This is just coming in now. It says, following the order of the Just High Court against the Nigerian Football Federation, the threat of FIFA to suspend Nigeria is no longer a threat because they've already suspended us. And it says, and the outcome of the fact-finding team sent to interface with FIFA, the Honorable Minister has called on Chief Barry Bote and the two rivaling factions of the Nigerian Football Federation to do the needful to ensure that FIFA does not suspend Nigeria. We've already been suspended. That's the issue. And it says that in furtherance of that, we shall immediately set in motion machinery to ensure that the parties are persuaded to withdraw their case and the suspension on Nigeria is lifted. It goes on and on and on about all of that. But yesterday in Abuja, we had club owners having an emergency meeting to decide on the state, to comment on the state of football in Nigeria. We're going to cross over to Abuja very quickly now and listen to Aloy Chukwuemeka, who is waiting on the line to talk to us on Sports Tonight. Aloy Chukwuemeka, thank you for joining us on Sports Tonight.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Yesterday, about this time, you guys were having a meeting, the club owners, debating and commenting on the state of football in Nigeria. And of course, talking about the Globe Premier League as well. Can you give us an insight into some of the things that happened at your meeting yesterday and what you feel will be the way forward for Nigeria?
Yes, of course, it was a routine meeting